Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Loza. We're back. We've made it 3-0 at locals with Terriermon. This is heavily based on the top 16 deck from the latest Eggman results. If that person watches this video, please comment down below so we can get an interview with you and your cracked top 16 Terriermon deck or top cut Terriermon deck. This is heavily based on that, so I will just say this card is cracked. This is probably... it's got Terriermon on there. This is probably the best Terriermon card piece of support we've got in a long time. And yes, I know it's not Terriermon related. It's generic, but it's so good. It's basically our card. But we'll get into it more later. But yeah, let me just say, if you take anything from this profile, it's that you need to pick up at least 2 scrambles for your Terriermon deck. Okay, let's get into it. The matchups were, we won against 3 Great Angels. We won against Imperial, and we won against... Ancient Garurumon. They're all pretty tricky matchups, but we managed to lock our way through them all. And let's jump into the card by card. So we're playing the 4 Gummymon because drawing cards is just too good. You do need a green Tamer, which we only have 5 of, but that's fine. It's typically enough. And the 1 Nayaromon, and that's just going to be plus 1,000 all turns if you're suspended, so that's pretty good. It's not bad at all. We play 5 eggs because we're playing Mimi. That's pretty green centric, but yep. Next, we've got the memory setting Terriermon, or rather, the memory denying Terriermon. This card is insane, and floodgates are really good right now, particularly Mirage Galgomon. Mirage Galgomon, that guy, he sucks, so we're playing this. This is pretty good at dealing with that, so we're playing it. And once again, I mentioned floodgates. You got to play them right now. Unfortunately, you got to play Pomumon. It's good against Imperial, it's good against EX8, it's good against like nearly everything. Everything wants to play stuff out for free. She's saying no, including us. It does mess up our double Typhoon, but that's okay. You kind of just have to play this card right now, along with the Floodgate Terriermon. It's kind of shit, but you have to do it because all the really strong purple and blue decks just want to gain memory and play stuff out. So you have to find a way to say no to all the blue and purple decks, and this is a great way to do that. So just do it, guys. If you look at all the good purple decks, they all want to either gain memory, not by Tamers, or, play Digimon by effects. So I found these were the best floodgates. I wish I could play pure Terriermon, but I can't. Got to play the Pomus. Until they print a Terriermon that has the Pomu effect, right? 4 of the Searching Terriermon. This is the BT8 one. I like it because it searches 5 cards, which means it searches deeper than the EX3 or 4 one. But the top 16 list, or top cut list, was playing the other Terriermon, but I prefer this one. You can obviously play whatever you like, but yeah, I like looking at 5 cards deep. We've got 3 of the starter deck Terriermon. I never thought I'd see a day where I play less than 4 of this, but here it is. I understand why, because you need to dedicate some room to floodgates, and there's still so many good Terriermons you want to tech in. So I've teched in the 1 Lopmon, which you can play off this Terriermon, and the 1 Terriermon X Anybody, which is nice, but not necessary. So what I mean by that is, like, first, you can Evo on a Terriermon for free, which is nice. Most of the time, you just want to put this on the stack anyway. Terriermon X is great, but it's normally just going on the stack, whereas Lopmon, you want to play out off the Terriermon, or off the double Typhoon to do an alliance play, right? So they're kind of fitting different niches. So we've got, like, the Floodgate section, the tech one-ofs, and then the main guys you want to see. You want to play this one, you want to put this one on the stack, and that's all there is to it. In terms of Terriermon you don't want to put on the stack, it's probably just this one, but sometimes you have to anyway. But yeah, anyway, what do we got? We got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 rookies, which is a pretty low count for me. I normally run a lot of rookies, but once again, green scramble things fix a lot of problems. Level 4s, the Rapidmons. We're just playing 12 Rapidmons. I'm not really going to talk about it. It's just Rapidmon.deck. So we're playing all the Rapidmons. The problem in the past was once you burnt through all your level 4 Rapidmons, you were kind of donezo, but luckily what breathes new life into this deck is Green Scramble. Being able to stack one of these and even play out a Terriermon for free with Green Scramble is insane, right? So, very cool. But yeah, that's all there is to say. You got to play these Rapidmons if you're playing Terriermon. Sadly, all the Gargomons and level 4s, they're just not very good, so rip. Because it is Rapidmon.deck, we've got 4 Rapidmon X, which I have been laughed at for this. I don't know why. The top cut deck played this at 4, and I play this at 4 a lot. And a lot of people, I don't know, find that strange, which is strange to me. 3 Mega Gargoyles, which is strange to me, to be honest. I normally play this at 4 and nothing less, nothing more. Honestly, I've been finding it's actually fine at 3, and now with Green Scramble, I feel way more comfy playing it at 3. So, yeah, I'm a big fan of both these cards. It's Terriermon.deck, so normally you want to go into this if your opponent's not really doing anything, or to just wipe their board. Otherwise, if they're attacking you, you can Mega Gargoyles on literally anything that says Rapidmon in this deck, which, as we've gone through, there's 12 Rapidmons here. There's another 4 here. There's 16 cards you can put this on top of and say, Unga Bunga, no attack me, no evolve, no suspend. So, pretty good. Pretty good way to play the game if you ask me, because, yeah, Rapidmon good. Tamers, Willis, we're playing 3. This guy's good. He's obviously best drawn with the starter deck Terriermon to make his play cost 1. And he kind of is like a little Ukomon engine all by himself after that. So that's cool. But yeah, reducing cost every turn good, but not necessarily, like not a 4 of in my opinion. I've played it at 4. I think 3 is the sweet spot for this guy. Because like it's dead late game and like it comes out a second, it's dead. I don't know. It's a weird card. It's good and it's also bad. I wish we had a searchable and good Henry, but we just don't. So unfortunately, we're stuck playing Mimi. Still, the BT1 special. I know some people love Mimi. Like, that's me included. If you get to this, you can, you know, Willis, hatch an egg, Mimi, promote the egg. It's silly. You can get lethal off these cards alone just by having a level 5 or 6 out. It's very, very silly. And until they print a Henry that's on par with this Mimi, like, we're just not going to play Henry, unfortunately. I know we've got Terriermons that search Henry. It's just not worth it. It's really depressing. I would love to play like our in-archetype Tamer. And unfortunately, Willis is just the one we're stuck playing. And he's unsearchable outside of Double Typhoon, right? The Terriermons will not search Willis. But that's just the way the cookie crumbles in Terriermon. We are consistent and yet inconsistent at the same time. So it's a bit rough. Only 5 Tamers, but normally that's enough. You normally find your way to at least one of them. And this is one of the cards that'll help you get there. And that's our Double Typhoon. I love playing this at 4 once again, but there's just not the deck room for it at 4. And yeah, you'll never brick on it really at 3. It's pretty nice. Another great consistency card is going to be the Agility Training. While Double Typhoon's great and it can add you a Tamer and a Digimon, Agility Training just gets you those cheap Evos and it's 2 cost, which is better turn 1. Turn 1, yeah, sometimes you Double Typhoon turn 1 after you put a rookie on the stack, but you'd much rather just be giving your opponent 2 and saying, haha, good luck, have fun. Speaking of giving your opponent 2, we've got Green Scramble. It is also a 2 cost, and this card is insane. Easily the best card in the deck, like in terms of like new cards, options. This card, while it's not a consistency card like these cards obviously get you your pieces. This is weird because this already requires you to have your pieces established so you can, you know, evolve for cheaper. It's a bit weird. Green Scramble's the comeback card, and the amount of times it made me come back today was insane. So I'm very, very happy with this. And as I mentioned, you've only got 8 copies of these Gold Rapids, and now with Scramble, you actually have 10. And that's kind of crazy. But not only that, like, you can recycle anything you need. Like, if you need this Rapidmon, I went and got it today. If you need your Mega Gargoyles, go get it. Like, you get whatever you like. But most importantly, Green Scramble's security and delay effect can let you play a Terriermon, or a Green Rookie more specifically, with 2k or less from trash. That's all your Terriermons. Terriermon, Memory Blocker, 2k. Searcher, 2k. The guy who plays the Tamers and the Lotmon, 2k. So, the Pomemon. So, there's so many good options. You can play anything here. Today, I found the Memory Blocker was probably one of the better ones, and honestly, the Pomemon's very good too. But even just the search, if you're just missing cards, just Green Scramble coming out of security and going to hand and playing a Terriermon, and insane. Or your opponent wipes your board, and you go, yep, okay, I'm activating the delay of Green Scramble. You can summon a Terriermon and put a Rapidmon on top of your deck. Digivolve into this. It will maybe pass turn, but at least you have just this. And you can bomb up to, you know, 3 of their bodies, give them neg 5k. It's crazy because this deck sometimes struggles to get Terriermon on field and Rapidmon in hand. So this kind of solves both the issues where you've used too many of your Terriermons and Rapidmons. This literally does both of the problems. So I'm amazed. But obviously you have to have burnt through them or they have to have come out of security. So yeah, but there is also turns where you can just put this on your egg stack turn 1, play Green Scramble for 2 to pass, right? If you don't have a better pass, Green Scramble's not a bad pass early game, but the value on this card is crazy. The security effect is good, the delay is good, the main is even good. I had games today where I was Terriermon, I was Rapidmon, Sorry, I was Terriermon, I had 2 memory. You can go, for 2, evolve into this, it doesn't pass turn now. So now you can swing into bodies and remove them, for example, after you've suspended them. That's good. But what's even better is you can potentially, you can, reduce the Evo cost of going into crazier stuff. So let's say you already had the Rapidmon, you can hit the scramble to go into this for 1 cheaper, and then obviously you gain memory back too. But what I found was most effective was going into Mega Gargo Ace. Now this card, typically you want to go into it when your opponent attacks you, but sometimes you need to go into it to end game or something like that. But it's just really expensive, right? It's 5 to Evo because you're skipping literally from a 4 to a 6. Like, it's a bit broken. So, well, Scramble makes that a bit more digestible, right? Green Scramble, evolve for 2. Well, sorry, 2 cost for Green Scramble, reduces this Evo by 3. This Evo is normally 5, reduces it by 3, now it's 2. So now you just Evoed for 4, which might not seem like much, but just remember, you can combo that with stuff like Willis as well. So that means, like, Green Scramble is just another way that you could potentially have a cheeky lethal that your opponent doesn't know about, right? If your opponent chokes you at 3, they know, oh, well, they can't go into Mega Gargo Ace because it costs 5. Well, this makes it 4, and this makes it 3. So, as I said, there's just more ways to reduce your Evos into your bigger guys or even just your regular Rapidmons, and that is crazy. So, yeah, basically what I'm saying is Green Scramble, best card that this deck could have got. It's basically a Terriermon card, I'm going to say. Like, I can't see myself playing this at more than 2, though, because, as I said, this card is good when you've already established stuff. It's good in the mid to late game. It does nothing early. You want to see these early, and that's why they're at the higher number, right? These help you get going. They find your pieces. This helps you recover, but man, does it help you recover. It's kind of crazy. Anyway, we're going to get into the last options, because I could probably rave about Green Scramble all day. Obviously, the Scramble cards are good, and they do the same thing in every deck. But in Terriermon specifically, this card feels like just a godsend. So yeah, anyway, enough of that. Hidden Potential discovered. Well, Green Scramble playing out of body. Double Typhoon playing out of body. Cool, Hidden Potential, done. Right? Another one, you can also, with the starter deck Terriermon, if you play out the starter deck Lopmon. Once again, Hidden Potential, crazy value. So yeah, Hidden Potential being able to suspend something, and that means you can go into Mega Gargo Ace for free, potentially. Sometimes you even just go into regular BT8 Rapid for the reduced cost. Sometimes you got to use it just for that. It's wild. Last 2 options, and honestly, cards I don't normally play anymore, but they were goated today, and they're staying. 1 Giant Missile and 1 Heaven's Judgment. I've kind of gone off the removal, but man, is it good. Sometimes you just don't quite out a board, and then this helps. And you know what? Sometimes Rapid X is on my field, and when I Heavens, I gain some memory back, and you normally wipe out an Ace, right? Normally, if you're thinking about Giant Missiling or Heaven Judgmenting, it's because it's either going to be a really good play and it wipes your opponent's board, or it wipes out Ace cards, which give you the memory back, or, it just doesn't give your opponent so much. And obviously, they're amazing security bombs, too. Giant Missile probably being the best security bomb you could get, because it has 3 effects. But yeah, very good. Very good lineup. I felt really supported by this lineup of cards. Like the consistency cards, the comeback cards, and then kind of one of all of the Unga Bunga removal, or broken card rather, and 2 Unga Bunga removal cards. Super cool lineup. Shoutouts to the guy. I really should know their name, I'm sorry. But shoutouts to the person who made Top Cut with Terriermon, Rapidmon. You really knew what you were doing. He just kind of nailed the deck. Has it figured out, so I'd love to have an interview with them. If they could get on the channel, that would be sick. But yeah, thank you for watching. This was, yeah, Top Locals Terriermon deck, heavily based on a very good Terriermon list by a crack player. But yeah, let me know what you think down in the comments. What are you playing in your list right now? What are you finding is working? Because there is a lot of blue and purple around, and it's a bit rough for a deck like green. Green doesn't really have a place right now in the meta, but yeah, Terriermon Gaming, let's go. All right, Terriermon is the best deck, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.